Good morning and welcome to PSJA Java Chat, your morning chat with your favorite PSJA ISD Instructional Technology Integration Specialist, where we discuss EdTech tools and trends with invited guests and, of course, our morning coffee.
In episode 7 of Java Chat, February High School Tech Integrator Analynn Gundran shares her educational background and how she became a teacher, showcases her self-created interactive biology digital notebook and student website, and provides insights on how she became a successful AP biology educator.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our morning Java Chat. This is where you can come sip on some coffee or your favorite morning beverage, bring your favorite mug along, and listen to us do some technology chat. We are usually interviewing our integrators, our technology integrators that are using technology out there and want to share with you all what they're doing to help you use technology in your classroom as well with your students. So without further ado, first of all, I'm Debbie Pingle. For those of you who don't know, I have David Villarreal with me and Valentin Guetta, Marco Torres. We're your integration specialists. We also have our technology director listening, Sinaida Elizondo. So welcome, everyone. I'd like to introduce Analynn Gundran. She is a science teacher at Collegiate High School, and she's going to be with us today sharing some of her insight into technology. So Analynn, let's start by you telling us a little bit about your educational background.
Okay, so yes, I'm Mrs. Analynn Gundran, and I've been in the teaching profession for 19 years. And I got my bachelor's degree in the Philippines. I am actually a pharmacist. I had that degree, and I have my master's also in biology and chemistry. And I also have my PhD in biology and chemistry, but I just humbly, don't, I have that degree, but I always put those in my heart because I think those credentials are like a part of my teaching profession, and that really helped me, with my students. Because I want them to all be successful. And then I think I'm very passionate in my teaching, and I think for me it's a vocation. It's not like really a profession. I love what I'm doing, and I'm trying to embrace all new tools, technologies, and platforms that I would want to share with my kids, because I want them all to be successful at the end of the day. So, and I'm here at Collegiate, and I'm so grateful and so blessed to have, of course, wonderful administrators. I have Mrs. Science, Mr. Gonzalez, Ms. Flores, and of course our IT, Mr. Ramirez, and he's the one that really helped me big time when it comes to technology. And you all helped me a lot. I was telling them a while ago that I started working with you with the RC remote, and I've seen how you're so helpful and so supportive and always there to help. And I think that is really inspiring for a beginning a teacher teaching technology. And I've learned so much from all of you. So I'm so grateful and thankful for that.
So, yeah. Ms. Gundran.
Yes.
We worked with you a little bit during remote conferencing, as we were talking a little bit about, but tell us, how did you get into technology?
Okay, so it all started, I know the pandemic, it's like really something that was a little bit challenging to all of us. But when we transitioned to virtual learning, it was really hard for me because I'm not really like computer savvy. I'm not really good in computer, but with all those people that helped me, and I embrace all those new techniques and strategies and technology, and that's how I started. And I really want to share with you the first tool that I have started with, which is my interactive notebook.
Oh,
it's
cool.
Very basic. It is a Google Slide platform, and it's a user friendly, and then it has a lot of features that I can use. It it all includes everything from hyperlinking, for converting all those PowerPoints into a task cards. And then now that I'm in a tested subject, I was able to do and apply all those 6 item types. I have my hotspots, my drag and drop, my text entry. They're all in one in that interactive notebook. And then do you want me? I'm so excited to share it to all of you right now.
Sure.
So is it okay for me to share?
Go ahead.
Okay, so here is my so this is my, okay, so here, okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the one that I really love the most, which is my interactive notebook. And it's just a simple Google Slides. And then if you notice, I was able to come up with the design. And then I even have tabs here for the kids to see what 6 weeks we're at. And then it's very user friendly. And then here I follow the 5E model, and the kids are like know the flow of the discussion. And I also have here, look at the video where I have the hyperlink. So the
Wow.
kids can even watch the video, and at the same time, like they can, plug in their answers. One thing that I like the most also about this interactive notebook, the student can explore it and can open it anywhere. Like even though they're, for some reason they have vacation and all that, they can just open it in their computer or in their cell phone. There's no excuse of like, Miss, I forgot my notebook. So they all have it handy in their computer and then in their interactive notebook. And then this is my master copy. So as you can see that this is where I do all of my editing. It's a work in progress. So do not think that I've finished this for one day. No. So every single topic that I'm covering, so that's the time that I'm updating my notebook. And did you know that I already used up to 170 some pages
Wow.
of my notebook
That is
here?
so
So
cool.
it's a work in progress. Like what I've said here, I have like a matching. Here they can do again another video, and then I have like a text entry where they can write down the answers. And then what I like also about my notebook is the kids are aware on what ticks that we're actually learning on that particular day. So they're held accountable in the we know that the star bio, it's a tested subject. So they have the opportunity to go back and learn and review. These are even PowerPoints. And look how I just, snip it, and then I added some questions. So it's a work in progress notebook, and the kids gets the opportunity to open it any time of the day, and then can review. And then I even ask my kids, like, how do you like the notebook? Miss, we really love it. Like, it's very handy. It's very user friendly and all that. And the
I
good
just
thing about
learned something by looking at your notebook that I had no idea, but I'll tell you in a bit. Continue. Sorry, I didn't want to.
yes, yeah. And then, so yeah, I also have like a study jams where it's a practice that the kids can do while watching the video, and then they can just plug in the answer. So it's really like a very user-friendly notebook, and I really love it. Did you know that this is my 4th interactive notebook already?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's my 4th interactive notebook.
So are
So
you growing it through? Are you teaching the same subject and then maybe editing and modifying throughout the year? Is this
yes,
like
I
a
do.
product of several years now?
Yes, it is. And you're
Wow.
right, Mr. Guerra. Yeah. So it's something that I really like doing. So and it's really very helpful for the students as well. And one good thing about this, Mr. Guerra, it's that I can even download it to PDF,
Uh-huh.
and
Yes.
then I project it on my screen. And so while I'm teaching, the kids have their interactive notebook, and at the same time they can see on my screen, which are my smart board, I can discuss, I can draw, I can lecture, things like that. So it's a combination of kids having the tools, the interactive notebook, and at the same time, it's still I'm still like discussing and explaining it to them and understanding the concept. So they're seeing it in their notebook, and they can also see it in my smart board, and they can go along with me while I'm explaining.
I love it. Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love that, especially that it's a product that evolves and changes and modifies
Yeah.
as you go along. It's not static. Let me ask you the
Yes.
next question, Mr.
Mhm.
Gran. Share with us your experiences using technology for instructional purposes, focusing on the students and what you've noticed about the students, because when I peeked into your classroom, I always see them fully engaged. There's never been a
Mhm.
time where they're not fully engaged from bell to bell almost. So can you just share what the students think about the technology?
So they really are in first, like they're really enjoying like using the interactive notebook because they're like variety of ways. I can even check for understanding right after I presented the lesson. And then they see the animations, and then the thing is like we know that the star exam is actually online. So at the same time, the kids are already getting used to do the assessment or take the exam online. And then the enthusiasm and the eagerness that I can see from their face whenever they're getting the correct answer based on how they did it in their interactive notebook. And I find success because, knock on wood, sir, I have 100% of my students that pass biology from the time that I've started teaching bio here at the campus. And I think one of the tools that really help my kids is with the interactive notebook, because it has a variety of ways on how I can differentiate instructions, and the kids are grasping and learning in different perspective. And I was able to meet their academic needs based on the different features, based on the tools in the notebook.
Excellent. Yes, that's exactly what I see in your classroom. Thank you.
I love it. And it's so colorful and interactive. And I can see how the students, react to this and like this tool, because all the resources are right there at their fingertips as well. I love it. So
Yeah.
this might be your favorite tool, but the next question is, do you have a favorite tech tool that you've utilized with your teaching?
So I am into like the Google, like everything Google, from Google Slides to Google Forms to Google Docs. And then I also am using Bluekit for the games, because I want to see like a variety of ways on how I can assess my kids, my students. I am also using the Slides Mania when I want to see an interactive background. I also use the Slides Go, and I also even use games like the America Says games. And so it's in a PowerPoint, but it's very interactive because the kids gets the opportunity to answer as well. I have a variety of Edulastic also, I like that because it gives an opportunity for the students to be exposed with the different item types. I also use the Summit K-12, like for vocabulary boosters and all that. Nearpod, I love it. And
Yay.
then, yes, I also like using the Nearpod, like a lot of information, a lot of technologies that I really want to embrace and use, so I can help my students more. So, but my one all-time favorite is my interactive notebook.
I
I can see
that.
why.
I'm so
Yes,
happy
yeah.
that you're sharing that with us today.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping we can convince you to present at our technology conference
Yeah.
and share this. So we'll talk
Yes.
about that later at the end of the,
Yeah,
Yes.
the chat.
I'm
Mhm.
amazed. I love how you created this. It's really
Yes.
interesting and full of information, and it's a great tool. I'm sure your
Yes.
students love it. But let's
Yes.
gear the conversation a little bit different. Now,
Okay.
we know that technology is amazing when it works perfect.
Mhm.
What challenges have you faced while using technology in the classroom?
Well, I'm just so thankful, knock on wood, that the Wi-Fi is really good. Every time I use
Yay!
it in class, knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it. But another thing also that I appreciate and I like the most, if in case there are like, internet issues and all that, you're giving us a heads up so we can have a plan B. And I really appreciate to all of you, like all the technology, specialists that really, understand our needs, and you help us so much when it comes to the use of technology. So far, I don't want to jinx it, like internet is just really working on me big time. So with my classroom, and then another challenge could be like if you are a beginning teacher, I think it's going to be hard to well, not really hard, just not try to overwhelm yourself. Take it one day at a time, and then master one. And then once you master one technology and tool, it's easier for you to deliver it in class. And then so far with the use of technology, I don't really have that much challenges because everything also it's in my Google Classroom. And another advantage is I don't even have to worry about making copies. Like, sometimes, oh, I need to make copies for an assessment, things like that. I all have everything in my Google Classroom, from entry ticket to assignment and even to my exit ticket. They are all in my Google Slides.
Awesome.
And did you know also that in a span of like 2 minutes, I can quickly make my entry ticket with a drag and drop or like a Venn diagram or like text entry. And again, it goes back to, I think if you love what you're doing, you're passionate what you're doing, I think you convert all those challenges into a positive note because they're the one that help you and make you a better person when it comes to teaching, especially integrating technology. And it goes back to all of you, like, because you're all are very supportive. I'm not going to be in this situation, interactive notebook with my Google site and everything without all your inspiring help and all that. So
Ms.
it goes
Gundran,
back
thank
to
you
all of
so.
you.
That was an amazing answer. That just speak leagues about how you can turn any situation into a positive one. And what I understood was basically any challenge that comes your way, you turn it around and make it positive. If the Wi-Fi is not going to be working, you got heads up and you got a plan B, and there the
Yes, yeah.
sunshine is out and we're happy.
Yes.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. How has technology changed your view in life and like your personal time?
I think it really helped me so much, like with managing my time. With before, when I wasn't using technology, when I do my lesson planning, I have to type, I have to write, I have to make copies, run to the copies and all that. With the technology, actually, it really makes my teaching easier, making my life easier, because it's just like you have the computer, you have it already, and then you can actually meet all the academic needs of the students. You can differentiate your instructions, and then I find it like really I'm having fun teaching using technology, because it's no longer the traditional, although we can still go back to traditional, because I still have my mini notebook where my students can still write. So I do blend it. But like what I've said, I really like teaching technology. I think I would say 101% really changed my way of teaching. And I find it more like engaging for the students. There's no downtime for the kids whenever they are, using their interactive notebook. And at the same time, I would monitor them and be sure they're accountable of their learning. And one thing good really about our kids is, once they know that you're teaching, you're using your technology, they're with you, because they have to be paying attention, because I will be asking them when during the course of the discussion about the lessons being covered. So overall, it's just one thing that I really continue using for the entire years of my teaching career, because it really makes my teaching easier, and really I'm able to target all my goals in my teaching, especially in the T-test, where we have our goals every year. So through the use of technology, it's something that make my learning, my students' learning fun and easier to deliver the lesson. So it's so much helpful, and I really like using it. I love using it.
I like that, you're getting the kids engaged. And
Yeah.
as education is evolving and technology is here to stay, I mean, we do have to change our way of teaching a little bit. And I see that you've really fully embraced that. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes. And also, like, another thing that I want to share with you, just one more. Okay, I have a Google site. So let me just share it to you. So the Google site is okay, so here, let me just share. So the Google site that I actually created. Okay, so here. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is actually the Google site that I created. I started it even the time of pandemic. So during virtual. So one thing nice about my Google site is I have okay, so here you would see, this is actually where I can see, where the kids can see the agenda, what will be the topic that will be covered. Let me go to my weekly agenda. Okay, so this is my weekly agenda. So here, it's every week. So once I presented it in class, so you would see how, so let's say if I open one, so it will show them like, okay, let's say it's a combination. I put my start Monday with a smile, and then happy Tuesday. So they can already see the content and the language objective. And then I follow the 5E model. And then Wednesday, well-being, and then happy Thursday. So at the same time, I'm also integrating the social emotional learning, even though like in the form of this Google site, and the kids are already aware on what they have to cover on that particular day. So I have the topics being covered.
this helps out even if they're absent because they can just log in and do it.
Yes, exactly, sir.
Who are
So
you? Where did you come from?
yes.
Right.
But I
So
am
here,
beyond
and then I have
impressed
like,
with this website. Uh, what made you start using the website and the notebook? Like, I want to get more into your brain. Like, how
yeah.
did you learn how to use it? Did you bring it from online learning and then you started just kept it? How did that happen?
Okay, this all started with the people that I've worked with. So I want to give credit also with Miss Amy Marquez. She was our tech uh, librarian, but she helped us so much. My colleagues, like, we help each other embracing technology. And I'm the type of a person that whenever they introduce something, I just want to use it. I want to explore it because I want my kids to get 100% of learning in different ways because I want to put myself in the situation of my students on how I want to learn as a student. So I started with exploring. I even go to YouTube to find out what are the steps and all that. When the Bitmoji started, look, I even created my own
That's so
Bitmoji.
cute. I love it. So you
Yes,
will say that those people that you were mentioning were the ones that inspire you to use technology in your classroom.
yes.
Is there
Mm-hmm.
any other things or people that actually inspire you into integrating technology?
Yeah, also okay, of course, my IT, like Mr. Ramirez, really helped me so much. My own children, because they're
I
into
love it.
technology, yes. And I was like, wait a minute, let me transition also technology. Like, I want my kids to experience also like me, my teaching as well, me, myself, as my teaching, embedding and incorporating technology. So it really helps me and I don't know. I think I'm just the type of person that I'm getting so excited with new things. So when I started doing my Google site, it's like what I've said, it's challenging at the beginning, but once you have that passion, once you have that initiative, once you have that that you still want to learn, and I don't know, it's just magical that I put everything together and I started working every single day and I embrace everything that I know that will help my students. So I think it all comes from within. Like when you want to do something and you love what you're doing, it just comes like, go with the flow and just come back like, magical, like what I've said. So
Yeah, and
yeah.
that passion is kind of what we like to spread around and try to ignite that passion. And unfortunately, we do come across some teachers sometimes that are a little bit reluctant for whatever reason. They're a little bit reluctant to kind of go to this level that you're at, or sometimes even to start at some place. We have some challenges that teachers still using a lot of paper, a lot of copies, a lot of things like that. So we're very interested in your answer in this next question, which is, what advice do you have for a teacher that's a little bit reluctant to integrate technology like you have in the classroom? What advice would you give them?
I think first is I don't want them to feel like overwhelmed right away about like the use of technology. Start first with one tool. So after mastering that one tool, then you get the opportunity now to embrace different technologies, different techniques, different different ways on how you can integrate technology in your classroom, and then try to collaborate with other teachers or with other people that are really technology expert, and then uh, um, try to like explore also, like for me, like online I will go to YouTube and all that, and then uh, make it like something that it's a habit, like something that you work it on a daily basis, but not to overwhelm yourself. Take one day at a time in learning the technology, and then once you get used to it, then that's now the time you can go to the next level. It's not like you want to embrace everything one time. It's a work in progress. So we can't learn one tool in one day. So you have to involve yourself with with all those people that can help you, and then always practice and use it with with your students, and try to master one. Once you master one tool, then you're going to be good like in exploring some other technology or some other ways on how you can help your students and make it more engaging and make it more fun for the students, and find out which tool that you think that your students will need the most and that will help them the most when it comes to their learning. So yeah, it's just like one day at a time in learning, so it's a work in progress. And then because that's how I've experienced it, reaching out people that are knowledgeable with the technology, and these people are really willing to help, like all of you. So when we need help and all that, so I think that's how me myself started with the use of technology.
Perfect. We'll definitely share that with some of the teachers that are a little bit more challenging, and
Yes,
we appreciate that advice.
thank you
Yes,
so
very
much.
good
You're
advice. Very good. So, Analynn, what has been your proudest moment in utilizing technology?
I think number one is making my student achieve like their learning, because they see I was able to find ways on how I can check all their understanding or misconceptions or their learning. Second is I'm so grateful and thankful like using technology, because I was able to add more rigor in my lesson, in my teaching, and then meeting all the academic needs of my students, and then making them more prepared for not only for STAR exam, but also for like college courses, because we're now in the technology world. And then really is very helpful for the students to you know um, learn in different ways. And then I think number one or is that they're seeing them successful in their learning. And like what I've said, I'm in a tested subject, and seeing them all perform. And I'm just so grateful that we have 100% of our students pass biology. And this is all because of the technology that I've been using in my class, because we have a lot of students that are visual learners. Some of them are like audio learner. So with the use of my tool, my technology, my notebook, I was able to accommodate all the learning of my students, even with my EB students. So I think it all embraces all sorts of students that have different ways of learning. So it's not only like focusing on one tool, but it actually embrace like different perspective on how the kids can learn and master the content. I think that's number one that really helped me, like, with use of technology in class.
Ms.
Amazing.
Gundran, I love how well versed you are. You're a very intelligent individual. I appreciate everything you used. You amazing lingo. You use technology. I think all three of us are extremely impressed with everything that you have to share. We're very proud of you. I love
Thank you so
how
much.
you're putting everything out there for your students, and the effort and the love and the passion is noticeable. I would love to come see you in action like that. That will be something I
Yes,
would love
thank
to
you
come
so
see.
much.
But I don't even feel like I need to ask this question, but I want you to put it in your own words.
Mhm.
What do you think sets you apart from other educators?
Okay.
We already know the answers, but I want you to put it in your own words.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just being myself. Because of being myself is I was able to do what I love doing, and then passionate to what I'm doing. And then uh, I think like the profession that I have right now, it's like what I've said, it's like a vocation. I think I have a mission in life that uh, uh, you know um, preparing the students to to be successful in the future, not only academically, but also like instilling values in them, making them feel that they're being cared for by their teachers, by their teacher, and uh trying to understand what all these kids needs in order for them to be successful. And then just believing in my own self that I can do it and I'm capable of doing it. And it's something that that I would make my students feel that they're safe and comfortable with their learning with me. And it's just like being myself on what I have to do, and trying to learn more. I was telling them that I'm still like a sponge. Even though I have 18 years of teaching, I try to absorb anything that would help my kids be successful. And another thing is, I'm more of a person that I really want to put everything 100% of my work and my job, and I try to do more like beyond, or above and beyond to what I have to do. And sometimes I just have it to myself. I don't have to tell everybody that I'm doing this and that. It's just for me, myself, that I want to do more for my kids, for my students, so they can be, more successful. And I want myself to be more like, I don't know, like I just want to achieve more than what I would want for myself. And I want my kids, or I want to just do things that I know that will help not only my students but also my colleagues, and also like my coworkers and all that. I think for me, it's just being myself. That is what makes me different from the rest of other people that are also teachers, because that's what I want to do, and it always comes from my heart and my mind. So things like that.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Even that was a perfect answer.
Right.
Yeah.
You win.
It's very
You win.
that you do definitely go above and beyond.
Definitely. Definitely.
Well,
Thank you so much for your
for
time.
joining us today, Ms. Gundran. We've really, you opened our eyes to even more of what, teachers can do and use with technology. So we appreciate you being here with us today.
Thank you so
Yes,
much,
and
Dr.
thank you so
Gundran.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you so much also for that award that you actually have given me, and that really means so much to me. That inspired me more to do more for my students, and to integrate more technology in my classroom, because it's really very a sophisticated way of learning, learning of my students. And I really am so proud, and I'm really so thankful. I'm so grateful for all of you for, recognizing people, teachers, that using technology in the classroom, which is really a good tool, a good way to make our students learn. So thank you all so much for that reward and opportunity for me to be acknowledged and recognized.
You're welcome.
Well deserved. Thank you so much.
Very well deserved. I think you're the first high school teacher that has ever been, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Thank you
Wow.
so much.
Congratulations, the first.